Okay, so the question asked is that show that the function f such that R2, now this is the range, x belongs to R, x is less than 1 and greater than -1, defined by fx is equals to x upon 1 plus mod x, such that x belongs to R is 1, 1 and onto function. Okay, so let's first define the question a little bit. So they are saying that there is a function f such that its domain is R, right? And the codomain is from -1 to 1. So codomain is a set from -1 to 1. So we have to show that this function where f of x is defined as x upon 1 plus mod x, f of x is equals to x upon 1 plus mod x, is a 1, 1 as well as an onto function. Okay, so let's start. So basically, if we have anything related to mod, now, if we have anything related to mod, the first best thing to do is then we can divide this mod, we can divide the domain of x such that we can remove this mod, we can remove this operator. So what I will do, that I will take for 3 parts. First, x is equal to 0, x greater than 0, and then x is less than 0. So basically I have divided the whole domain into 3 parts. One is for x less than 0, negative, x greater than 0, positive, and x is equal to 0, right? For x is equal to 0, the function will be simply f of 0, the function will be simply 0. If I substitute x is equal to 0, the function will simply become 0. Right? For x less than 0, let's see what the function becomes. So for x less than 0, f of x will become x upon 1 minus x, because mod x will become minus of x. Okay, and for x greater than 0, f of x will become x upon 1 plus x. Right? So basically, we have these 3 parts. We have these 3 parts. For x greater than 0, we have this function. For x less than 0, we have this function. And for x is equal to 0, we have this function. Fine? Very good. Okay. So now the thing is that we will try to find out one, one and onto nature. One and onto nature of the function in this domain, and then in combine. Okay. So first I will try to find out the one nature of the function in this. So one nature of function in this we can find. So for x less than 0, right? So f of x is equals to 1 upon 1 minus x, x upon 1 minus x. Okay. So I will simply take x1 not equals to 0, x1 equals not equals to x2, and I will simply for both x1 and x2 less than 0. Okay, for x1 and x2 less than 0, I will simply equate f of x1 equals to f of x2. So when I will do this, so this will become x1 upon 1 minus x1 is equals to x2 upon 1 minus x2. If I cross multiply, so this will become x1 minus x1 x2 is equals to x2 minus x1 x2. x1 x2 will get cancelled. x2 will be equals to x1. That means in this domain, which is x less than 0, I will have x1 equals to x2. Hence it is a 1 1. It is 1 1 for all x less than 0. Fine. Similarly, we can find for x greater than 0. If we have x greater than 0, then if we have for x greater than 0, if we'll have x1 equals not equals to x2, again x1 x2 greater than 0. So we'll have f of x1 we will equate equals to f of x2, right? And we know function is x upon 1 plus x. So we'll simply substitute x1 upon 1 plus x1 equals to x2 upon 1 plus x2. When I'll cross multiply, I will again get x1 equals to x2. This means the function is again 1 1 for x greater than 0. For all x greater than 0, right? So till here I think you have understood, right? Now the thing is that what happens when x1 and x2 are opposite in sign, right? What will happen when x1 and x2 are opposite in sign? So let's see. So suppose x1 into x2 are negative. That means that is x1 is greater than 0 and x2 is less than 0. Like what I have done, I have taken both positive, I have taken both negative, right? And now I have taken both positive, I have taken both negative. Now I'm taking that x1 into x2 is 0. That means both are of opposite sign. That means one x1 is greater than 0 and the other x2 is less than 0. So what I will check is that whether can f of x1 be equals to f of x2. Can f of x1 be equal to f of x2? So if to check this one, let's first just analyze the sign. First just analyze the sign of f of x1 and f of x2. Let's say that x1, let's say, I'll use a different marker. Let's say that x1 is less than 0 and x2 is greater than 0. For x1 is less than 0, we will have f of x1. So f of x1 will be for the first function, which is x1 upon 1 minus x1. Right? Now see, this is negative, this is negative, this thing is negative, but because of minus, it will become positive. So overall sign is negative. So that means f of x1 is less than 0. This means f of x1 is less than 0, right? Now for x2 greater than 0, for x2 greater than 0, we will have x2 upon 1 plus x2. Now this part is positive, this part is positive, so overall it is greater than 0. So f of x1 is less than 0 and f of x2 is greater than 0. So they cannot be equal. They cannot be equal because one is negative, other one is positive. So we can say safely that f of x1 is not equals to f of x2 for all values of x1 and x2 of opposite sign, right? So hence, for all values of x belongs to real, f of x is equals to x upon 1 plus mod x is 1, 1, 1, 1 in nature. Right? This is the first step. This is the first part. Where we have defined it as a 1, 1. Okay. Now what we'll do, we will define it as onto. We will define it as onto. Right? So we have already seen for x less than 0, f of x1 is negative. For x greater than 0, x greater than 0, we have f of x is equals to x upon 1 plus x. Now this one is very simple, x upon 1 plus x. So we can simply write this as x plus 1 minus 1 upon 1 plus x. So this will become 1 minus 1 upon 1 plus x. So this is f of x. This is for x greater than 0, and for x less than 0, we had just wait. Okay, so for x less than 0, what we can do, that we have for x less than 0, we have f of x is equals to x upon 1 minus x. So again we will do the same thing. So this will become, so here it will become x plus 1 minus 1 upon 1 minus x. Now I will combine this with minus 1. So this will become x minus 1 upon 1 minus x plus 1 upon 1 minus x. And this is simply, if I divide this, if this is minus 1, if I take common, so this will become minus 1 plus 1 upon 1 minus x. So this is for f of x for x less than 0. So basically I have converted the whole function into this form, okay, fine. This is for x greater than 0 and this is for x less than 0, right? Now see, so I will write this once again. So this is f of x is equals to 1 minus 1 upon 1 plus x for x greater than 0, right? And then we have f of x is equals to 1 minus 1 plus 1 upon 1 minus x for x less than 0. Okay, so let's see. So for x greater than 0, let's move from plus infinity. So when x is tending to plus infinity, so let's see what will happen to f of x. So when we have x is tending to plus infinity, so when x is tending to plus infinity, this whole thing will tend to 0. This whole thing will tend to 0. So that means fx will tend to 1. We'll try to reach 1 when x is when x is tending to plus infinity. Okay. Now let's see when x is trying to reach 0. When x is trying to reach 0 from the positive side, when x is trying to reach 0 from positive side, this term will become almost 0, but denominator is greater. So this f of x will try to become 0 plus when x is tending to 0. Okay, fine. Again, when x is tending to, so this side on the right side, y belongs to, on the right side y will belong to 0 to 1. Okay, on the left side when x is tending to minus infinity, when x is tending to minus infinity, so this will again tend to 0. This whole thing will again tend to 0, right? 10 to 0 means, and plus 0, right? So this whole thing f of x will tend to reach minus 1 plus, है ना, minus 1 towards the right side. Okay, now when x is tending to 0 from the left side, f of x will tend to, now x is tending to 0 from the left side, that means minus, again this total thing is, denominator is greater than 0, greater than 1, so denominator is less, so this will again become, so this will again become, so when this is 0, this will again become, try to reach 0 negative, because this is almost 1, right? Almost 1, but not more than 1, it is less than 1, but almost, right? So minus 1 plus 1, it will give you something. So for on the right hand side, y will become from minus 1 to 0. And we already know that x is equal to 0. For x is equals to 0, f of 0 is equals to 0. So that means f of x belongs to left hand side 0 to 1, right hand side 0 to 1, left hand side minus 1 to 0, and in between it is taking 0. So the total range will become minus 1 to, the total range will become minus 1 to 1. Understood? And this is the range which is also equals to the codomain. Hence it is a onto function also. Okay, this is the complete proof for the particular question. Okay, thank you.